welcome back to Try You channel, where we don't give a
corn dog.
What you had for, well, that could be dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Dick gobbler. What you had for dinner. That's tryu.com.
I was just thinking of that lady that used to come in when we were bartending.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We,
Harry Knuckle.
We're going to talk about, well, tryu.com, where you come out and throw your top 10 movies, books, music, connect with others, get the best recommendations. Come to tryu.com. I'm Rob. This is
Neil.
All right, Leon. And we are going to talk about our top 10 list of movies. We're going down the list. Gosh, I wonder if I can do a recap off the top of my head. I better be able to. But anyways, I'm going to go to my sixth movie, and I started off at 10 with In Bruges. 9 was V for Vendetta. 8, I'm blanking on 8, was Dead Man. 7 was The Royal Tenenbaums.
You got it.
All right. I know my favorite movies. That's impressive. And number 6 is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Johnny Depp, Benicio del Toro. They work wonders with each other. Terry Gilliam's the director from Monty Python. I said you'd mentioned Time Bandits recently. I need to go back to that one.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool flick.
Now, Fear and Loathing, I got it when I had my first apartment. I think I was just turning 20 when I saw it. And my roommate and I went and rented it at Blockbuster, VHS.
Nice.
I had no idea what I was getting into. There was probably alcohol and weed involved. So when you watch that movie, it's kind of geared for that. And it's a mind blower when you first see it. And it's one of the fun. It's one of my favorite comedies of all time. Up in my top 3 comedies. One of my favorite films. I just think everything about it. There was one time, my roommate was my cousin. He and I, one night, and I didn't do this often, we had a lot to drink, and somehow we dropped LSD, and we decided to start moving out of the apartment we were in while we were drunk and on LSD.
It's a good stimulant and upper to get, keep you awake while you're moving.
It's a good idea. Well, well, at some point, I got sick of moving and put in Fear and Loathing. I remember it seemed like it was 12 hours long, but it was a great experience. And that probably has, with all my movies that I have in my top 10, there's usually some sort of experience that makes them more special to me. I'm never an acid person.
I had the opposite. I was on acid the first time I watched it. You didn't do it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But the first time, and it was, like you said, a mind blower. Mm-hmm. And I had to quit watching it and get outdoors.
I can see how that might happen.
It freaked me out a little bit. And then going back and watching it, I loved it the second time. And then you read the book before the movie came out, right?
No, I didn't know who Hunter S. Thompson was.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so it was my introduction to him, and then I went through and read, most of his stuff that I could get my hands on. I went through a period where I was watching a bunch of it, or reading a bunch of it. That light's flashing. I don't know what the fuck that means, but let me check something. I apologize here. We're still going. This light's flashing. We'll just ignore it. I'm back. I hope you didn't miss me too much. I was talking about Hunter S. Thompson. His books are amazing, but that's for another day. I just talk about the film now. I don't really have a whole lot more to add. I mean, I'm not going to do synopsis or anything like that. It's just, if you haven't seen it, or if it's one of your favorite movies, come to tryu.com. Check out my list, top 10 list. My username's Black Math. There should be others on there with Fear and Loathing, as they've posted something about it. It's just a great film. But it'll have you doing double takes. Like, did I just hear that right or see that right? You don't always know, especially if you're in the influence of any kind of chemical, which they are.
Yeah, the casting's just fabulous, and then the pace of the dialogue and all the crazy shit they do.
Oh yeah, the dialogue. Johnny Depp's just,
and then the setting of Vegas and the desert, and it's cool.
It's a great film. If you can go on to yours.
Yeah, so my top 10 list, I had Natural Born Killers 10, The Maltese Falcon 9, Apocalypse Now 8, Jaws 7, and number 6 for me is Empire Strikes Back. Star Wars, it's been a huge part of my life. The first movie, A New Hope, which I've alternated into my top 10 at different times, came out 2 weeks in the theaters, 2 weeks before I was born. And were you born in 77 too?
So, I was born in 97. Yeah, I was born in 77.
And then, so, you know, growing up with it, it was a huge factor. Empire Strikes Back, though, I go back and watch that one, and it has just such more of a storyline to it. So, you know, a lot more happens.
We talked about almost, right?
Yeah, and then Yoda, which is one of my favorite characters. He
doesn't come into Empire, right?
Yeah, he comes in Empire, and he's trying to train Luke up, and there's a bunch of great scenes when they're in that swamp, and he's actually learning how to be a Jedi. And then he goes and finds out, you know, spoiler alert, that Darth Vader's his dad.
Oh, shit.
So, but Star Wars has been just an awesome... I know your daughter's into it now. My daughter's a little bit older, but she's still... The newer movies, we've went to see them all in the theater, and my daughter still likes them.
Yeah, my daughter's 7, and I got really fortunate lately. I thought that she got into Star Wars, because some of the others I'm not as into, like, you know, princess movies and stuff. But she got into it, and Empire was her favorite. I was really shocked. She said, "Daddy, this is the best one." And I was like, most people would agree with you. And it's probably my favorite. The only other thing I can add to this is we have said we've failed pretty miserably at this, and I'm going to try to do better, I promise, is we want to incorporate hand job into each of our videos. And Empire has a really, you know, there's a hand, and I like it when Darth Vader, after cuts off Luke's hand, and then he jerks himself off with it. That's a, I mean, you know, it gets a little dark. Empire Strikes Back is the darkest one of that trilogy. Yeah, Dark Handy. So I fit it in, so you're welcome. Did you have anything else to talk about as far as this movie goes?
No, I have there's a couple cool... I was just reading this magazine about Star Wars, though. There's a couple true or false questions I was going to pop on you.
Okay.
All right. Number 1. David Lynch was asked to direct Return of the Jedi.
True.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it right.
Probably because of Dune.
Lucas offered the job after Eraserhead, and Lynch turned him down, saying he never really liked science fiction. Immediately afterwards, directed Dune.
Oh, so it was afterwards.
So kind of an FU, maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah,
and then another one, the actor who voiced Yoda also voiced the Muppet Show's Miss Piggy.
No.
True.
Damn it! It seemed real. It seemed like it would be true, so I went the other way. Like I took tests.
I never knew those either. I just thought those were little cool facts.
Like an asshole in front of America, in the middle of the whole world.
Little cool facts. I wonder how the movie would have been with David Lynch as a director, though.
I don't know. We looked at the directors of these films, and they're nobody I recognize.
Irvin Kershner.
George Lucas ended up directing the prequels, and then you got
J.J. Abrams
and Rian Johnson for the latest.
Yeah.
So I was always surprised. I always assumed it was George Lucas. I guess that's what you get.
I did too. I always assumed it too. And then when they show some of the documentaries, it looks like he's directing them.
Maybe they're just kind of placeholder. You know, they're in there and he's got all control. Who knows? I mean, there's enough stories out there. I'm sure you could find it out, documentaries and such, if you wanted to. I think that's about it. If you don't have anything else to add about either of these films.
Oh, looking forward to getting on to number 5.
Yeah, I got to remember what my number 5 is, but I'm not going to tell you now. You'll have to come back and see. Yeah, check out Fear and Loathing if you've never seen it. If you haven't seen Empire Strikes Back, you're probably not going to watch this anyways. So, go to tryu.com. Fill out your top 10 list. Let us know what you think of everything. See you next time.